Well, through their mission trips, the Meaningful World organization has been committed to helping people who have experienced traumatic events such as natural disasters. Their motto is, when one helps another, both become strong. Here now telling us about the upcoming event and more, we welcome now Meaningful World Vice President Lorraine Simmons, and good to have you back on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Got to be excited. This is the time of the year where you're getting together with those from literally around the world, and a very exciting event taking place.
That's right. We at Meaningful World, as you know, want to help transform trauma, and we promote peace. And International Day of Peace at the United Nations was in September. But at Meaningful World, we would like to promote peace every day. So we're doing our Peace Awards on October 26th. And we're starting with a photo exhibit for the 23rd through the 26th, right inside the UN. And the photos will be of our missions, photos that it was really difficult to choose which ones would be the best, but photos that would help to inspire a dialogue with people about creating and maintaining peace and how we impact others with our behaviors, things like that. So it's really about inspiring people to have that conversation and to look a little deeper within themselves to see.
And literally, you have people coming from all across the world.
Definitely. We are giving 3 Peace Awards, one for NGOs, one for an adult person who promotes peace or however they decide that they're going to empower people, and then one for youth. So the person who's accepting for the NGO is coming from Nigeria. So her group is definitely coming. And one of the other people is from Armenia, but lives here in the US. So we are promoting it and spreading it across the world.
So people have an opportunity to take part in this photo exhibit, and talk to us a little bit about where you've been and what you've been able to accomplish.
Well, this year we've been in Haiti and in Armenia, but around the world in the last 27 years, we've been to 45 different countries. So we've been working with people in helping transform their trauma through education on emotional intelligence, meaning making, and how they can empower women and children and the young boys, because we have to educate them also in how to be respectful of the women. So we work in a lot of different ways and on the ground with the people.
So this is a public event.
It
and
is.
so if people want to come, how do they do that?
Well, it is a public event, but it is in the UN, so there is high security. So you would need to go to our website, which is www.meaningfulworld.com, and register for the event, and we'll put your name on our list. By the 21st is our deadline for security.
And when we talk about humanitarian outreach, obviously we're seeing a lot of natural disasters right now, and the response is, you know, from the United States, we know that we're questionable when we talk about Puerto Rico. There's a bunch of stuff we can talk about.
Right.
But talk to us about that humanitarian response, because it seems as though more and more people, their hearts are being pricked, given the fact that we're seeing more and more natural disasters.
Right, right. It is a huge challenge, and people, I think, are spread a little bit thin with knowing where to give and how to give, and their hearts are bleeding for people. And so, you know, of course, those people who are hit with natural disasters have to have their physical needs met first. And then, so that, we're glad to see that some people are doing that. And as we know, today's show, someone's going to be speaking about Puerto Rico, which is wonderful. But Meaningful World goes in after the physical needs are met. We go in and help with the emotional needs and help people sort of rebuild their human spirit, their hope and their desire to keep moving, to rebuild.
Right, because there's two, I mean, you talk about 2 components. The first component, of course, is after I get my basic necessities and my housing and all those other things back to as best as can be, then I have to deal with all the other stuff, what I feel, the trauma associated with it. So talk to us about how you speak to that trauma and how you deal with that.
Well, we go in and we try to empathize with them. We ask them to express themselves first, which is really difficult for a lot of people because they're not used to doing that. So we have a 7-step integrative healing model, which helps them to express their feelings, identify their feelings, and then we go on to empathize with them, validate their feelings, and help them know that we're there for them. The next step is about transforming their trauma by understanding the meaning that this trauma has for them. There's always a lesson, even if it's a trauma that you've lost everyone in your family, you still can learn a lesson from it, a lesson that you hold in your heart that helps you keep living, keep moving, helping other people. So it's about helping them learn that lesson and transform from being the victim to the victor, finding their meaning.
And we want to tell people that if you want to check out the exhibit is actually taking place on display from the 23rd to the 27th. It'll be at the UN's lower level near the Vienna Cafe and the conference rooms. And of course, there'll be an award ceremony. And of course, yours truly, I'll actually be there. Yeah.
Yes,
so,
we're honored to have you.
Yeah, we'll be the host, and looking forward to that and coming and sharing with you. And also the great work of people all across the world, literally.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
So before we go, what do you want people to know? Lastly, you get the final word.
Well, that of course, we all know that these kinds of organizations need funding, and this is our only fundraiser of the year. So we're just asking people if they can possibly come, meet people from all around the world, come to see what we do, and support us in this mission so that we can go out to more countries.
Lorraine Simmons is the Vice President of Meaningful World, and we thank you so much for coming, and best wishes to you, and definitely keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Thanks.
Lorraine's our guest here, and we'll be back with more shows. Stay with us. We'll be back more open coming up right after